This is actually the background my sister got me for Christmas. This is our sunset food color scheme about 5 washes later. And this is just Paul. Yeah, remember when I said the only color that I didn't want to put in my hair was
pink?
Well, so last week we spent on health and fitness. That is this guy right here, which I would like to talk about just for a second. You know, when I was making this channel, I made this wheel of all the things that I was very interested in, and especially a lot of the things that I was watching. And I was watching a lot of keto fitness channels. I was trying to inspire myself. I was trying to share even with others while I was trialing my way through a new lifestyle. And so I put it on this wheel. I feel like I know all the rules of the keto diet pretty in and out because I literally lived it. Sometimes we're more strict than others. I am no expert. I realize that everybody's lifestyle and diet is their own, and I'm very done with suggesting to people how they should eat, how they should live, how they should look. You can do whatever you want. So when I talk about health and fitness today, I'm talking about one small aspect of a huge genre of things that you should be doing to take care of yourself, and I'm only looking at one of the many sides of that aspect because I follow a specific diet. But ever since I made my first keto-esque video last year, I have finally toyed my way all the way down to the weight that I was trying to get to, you know, ever since I even started any kind of strict diet like keto. The funny thing is, it happened when I stopped caring. I finally found a place where every day I was eating some of the same things over and over again, things that made me feel good every single day, kept me not bloated, not tired. I found the things that I feel like I can sustain myself on. Because the truth is, I'm at a time in my life where I'm literally in Hollywood. I'm pursuing my actor dream that so many have done before me and with me. And yet I find that I care less than I ever have about a number on the scale. I'm kind of like, listen, this is what I am. You have a factory where you like to turn out people that fit in a box very neatly so that you can ship them out as much as possible. Well, I might be a pretty uniquely shaped box, but that doesn't mean I can't create some amazing things. So I guess when I stop caring, I just fall into the exact body that I want. At least if you ever wanted to know what I eat on a weekly basis, here are 5 foods that I eat all the time. They're keto. They're keto foods. 5 keto foods. Roll the footage. Welcome to Cooking with Jess. This is weird. There's a lot more lights in this room than usual, but if I want to give you good recipes that also suit my diet, if you have the same diet, you can have it too, then we're going to talk about what I eat. Okay, so we're gonna, I'm literally leaning into the corner of the counter. We're gonna make one of my favorite little creations. I call it Chip Chop to myself, to no one else, because who am I naming my food to? And so this was a concoction that I just threw together because I had some keto good foods and I wanted to put them all together to make something. One thing that keto is really hard to accomplish is having foods that you can kind of hold with your hands, cause you're just eating a lot of kind of fatty sauces or just meats by themselves, meats and cheeses. You get a lot of dips in keto. I wanted something that had vitamins and had fat. It's low calorie. Sometimes it has a little bit of variation, but usually it's just bacon, mushrooms, and spinach. This is a big ass bag of spinach. I just put this entire thing in the freezer so that it keeps longer. The only problem is that it crumbles because I've frozen it. Just kind of turned it into brittle leaves that sometimes break on me. But it's cooked spinach. Who cares? It's gonna be like slimy seaweed mush. What are we really looking for? I don't know why I changed to this. I should have explained before I got down here, but let's start cooking, shall we? If you were wondering, Jess, isn't it hard to cut raw bacon? Yeah, it is. I want the oil to be the oil that I cook everything else in, so I just kind of want to nip it in the bud, beat it to the quick. I guess you can do it either way. You can just cook the bacon and then break it up, whatever you'd like to do, but this is what I end up doing every single time, and usually not getting very far, but far enough. So there you are. It is incredibly easy to do, which I think is going to be a theme you're going to be seeing a lot in this video. Goodness knows I get too hungry to want to make something that takes a while. Something that I can shove some spinach into, which is one of the most important vegetables in keto, in my opinion, because it's got so many vitamins. It's a deep green leafy vegetable. It is leaves. Mushrooms, which are my favorite. Bacon, which is so good. It's salty, it's savory, which is a kind of food that I love. I also love sweet stuff and bitter stuff and spicy and sour stuff. I just like food. I'm gonna eat this dinner before it gets completely cold, and I'm gonna hate making this video. So let's talk about the second most common thing that you'll find me eating on a weekly basis, and it is my stir fry. One thing that I started doing recently was buying a bunch of fresh produce and then spend that half hour, whatever, if you're a slow chopper, put on my headphones like I do, the other half of the day, and just chop up a bunch of vegetables to put into plastic baggies and create a stir fry that I can pour into a frying pan at night or for lunch and have a fresh stir fry of all the good vegetables that I want at any given time. Sometimes I mix it with shirataki noodle rice. Other times I mix it with chicken and olive oil and garlic salt, because garlic salt pretty much belongs on everything. Stay tuned to the end of the video where I do talk about what I think that I did actually incorporate into my lifestyle that made me come down to the body shape and weight that I was looking for the most part. I'm never very satisfied, which is the whole point of me saying I really don't care anymore. And also stay tuned for the meal that I literally eat almost every single day of my life. The number 3 thing that I love eating, this is such a stupid list, on my keto diet is my Keto Waffles. Now, this one's very special because I very particularly formulated the recipe from my own brain and experimentation. I took an existing recipe of a coconut flour waffle, which I don't know if any of you guys do the low carb thing, but I think coconut flour tastes like sand, and I try to avoid it at all costs. The thing that I eat as pretty much my only grain is flaxseed. It is a high-fat, low-carb, high-fiber grain, and you can make things like cookies, flaxseed crackers, which I really haven't cracked yet, and waffles. Now be prepared. If you like a crispy, crunchy waffle, you will never get that with this recipe. It's kind of a flimsy waffle, but it's soft, it's enjoyable, and when you decorate it with strawberries and whipped cream that you make yourself, I was very lazy in that particular video, but it is putting a bunch of heavy whipping cream in your mixer and mixing some powdered erythritol in with it and vanilla, and there you have whipped cream. I do it all the time. Sometimes I just keep it in a container so that I can spoon some out every once in a while for a late night snack. That's what I should do tonight. That's what I should do. But I make this every week. I make a vat of it. That's why you saw me put, I think, 8 eggs in the recipe. And it's nice to just kind of get up in the morning, open the fridge, open the container, pour it in the waffle maker. You have a freshly made waffle. Yeah, score. I think so. Hey guys, here we are in Jessica's kitchen again. I realized I was cooking something that I cook somewhat often, so I'd show you guys. So obviously when we're talking about chili, we're talking about the basic staples: ground meat, some sort of tomato sauce base, oil, and seasoning, and a lot of beans. So we're obviously not gonna do beans today. I went to the store and I bought a big value package of 80 to 20% meat, that's 20% fat, and 80% lean of whatever. Then I grabbed some stoplight color peppers, a tomato, a sensitive sauce made by Rao that's only 3 carbs per serving. It's pretty low. And my cumin, paprika, garlic, salt, all them spices. And that's chili. Right now I'm letting some of the moisture simmer out of it so that it's not as soupy, and then I'm gonna have chili for like a week. Yum. Now for the 5th and final, but definitely not least, food on my list has got to be the classic greasy spoon bacon and eggs. As you see in this clip that I recycled from my Vlogmas, I'm sure none of you would have ever known that. I am making an everyday favorite, which is good old bacon and eggs. Put the bacon in the pan first to create a lot of oil for the eggs. Sometimes I make a omelette du fromage, and sometimes it's just, you know, the classic American scrambled. Add a little salt for my pumpkin salt shaker. Look, it works now. Now, of course, there are so many other things that I eat in this world. I buy some packaged salads. I tried to package salad mix myself. For some reason, that does not last as long as the stir-fry vegetables. The salads get disgusting in the Ziplocs pretty quickly, just FYI. I drink a bunch of like heavily creamed coffee. Creamed coffee? I don't call it bulletproof because it's not filled with butter. And I make similar things that kind of cross-pollinate each other with the meals. Like, for example, I took that chili, rearranged a couple of the spices, and I made a healthy minced spaghetti and meat sauce. Meaning I use shirataki noodles, which are basically like, you know, salamander skin for your diet. They're not salamander skin, they're roots. And as I promised, one of the major things that I think has finally gotten me to look and feel like I do is that, one, I did something I said I'd never do, which was I tried intermittent fasting. And then when I skipped my dinner, I was sad. So I quit and probably will never do it again. Figured that it would probably even save me money and save the planet if I ate one less meal a day. I conditioned myself to start every morning with my coffee, or 3, and really set to work while I am getting a little bit more hungry to actually have a breakfast around 11 or noon. I have my second and final meal at 5 p.m. Then in the evening, I most likely will have a snack. I don't stick to that large of a window. I just wanted to kind of very naturally cut out a whole bunch of calories that I probably didn't need, and honestly, I feel better than I ever have in my entire life. Like, this is it. This is where I function at highest capacity. And the second part of the secret is that I do not beat myself up when I eat something I'm not supposed to. That sounds like sweet and nice advice, but I really actually mean it. Over the years, over the literal decades at this point, going back and forth, trying different things. Some of the stupidest things that I've tried to lose weight, like an all cottage cheese diet for like a couple weeks to drop a bunch of pounds, or eating a piece of bread at lunch. It sounds like a badly written Prince and the Pauper story. I was so conscious about my weight even at like 12 years old. And I would do shit like that. And it's kind of gross and very sad. And whenever I feel like I haven't had a donut in a while, I go get a donut. But then at the same time, I know that eating donuts every single day or having something sugary or high calorie without a lot of nutrients in it, it's not good for my body in general. So I basically try to eat as healthy as possible, as much as possible. And when something enters my mouth that necessarily shouldn't be there, I don't throw it back up or anything. I say next thing you put in your mouth is going to be good for you. It's going to let your body last all the way into the night and wake up really early in the morning and be articulate and be awake and be present and be functioning. As far as, you know, talking about things to lose weight fast, I'm really over it. So that's not going to be the future of this lovely health and fitness. You know, we should eventually get the fitness part in here. Yeah, maybe soon in the future. I actually do have a video series kind of planned. I have a lot of series kind of planned. Let's see if we start any of them next week. I actually have a lot of cool news to tell you guys that I just can't tell you yet, so whenever we can. You know, I had a weird prediction. I was looking at my wheel today, and I'm like, I bet I'm gonna land on live. What are the chances? I'm spooky like that sometimes. I'm not like Gabby Hanna though that thinks she's a psychic. She might be. I'm very much not. I'm actually incredibly unintuitive with the spirit world, I think, even though I want to talk to them so bad. But there you have it, 5 things that I eat on a regular basis. If you want 5 more things, hey, put it in the comments. If you like my personality and want me to continue doing stuff on the internet, click that thumbs up. What else? Oh yeah, ring the bell if you're, you know, wanting to see things right away and not miss anything. I understand that it's annoying to have those kind of notifications on your phone, so I'm not forcing you to. But I love when people watch my stuff, so I should probably say that. Hey guys, and this is my outro. And I just chop up a bunch of a bunch. Oh my god, that's not difficult.